Welcome to Oops All Segments, the very best podcast hitting your eardrums at this very moment. I'm Kevin.
I'm Thomas, and today we're here with returning champion, the return of the king, Strider, nay Aragorn. It is Big L himself, Luke Cecelon.
Folks.
Chill out with these questions, Andrew.
Jesus Christ. Andrew? That's a name I hate.
Bing bong.
How do you feel about Bing Bong? Because that one brings, I brought this up before, that one brings up a very deep pain of mine from Inside Out. Every time I hear Bing Bong, I remember
the death of creativity.
Pushing Joy one last time in his sled, and it really breaks my heart. What's going on with you, Luke?
Man, I have spent an endless amount of time playing Diablo 4 recently. It has consumed my life.
I get ads for this like crazy.
You know, the original Big L was the Lord of Hatred. So Luke has recently acquired that title himself.
The original Big L?
The original, yeah. Something I will say that I appreciate about Blizzard, which is an awful company full of awful people.
Hey.
Oh, snap.
You can say that about Blizzard, but keep Activision's name out of your fucking mouth.
Honestly, maybe Activision's probably evil. Well, they're all evil.
I think Activision arguably is what made Blizzard worse, but it's hard to tell.
But it's like whenever I'm at a pub that's got TVs and shit, on occasion I see video game commercials of Blizzard games or Activision. Like I see Call of Duty, I see Diablo, and it's so rare to see a video game commercial aside from the occasional Nintendo. But like they've kept that dream alive. The industry of video game commercials is not dead, guys.
And thank goodness for that, right?
Yeah.
Thank goodness for that. We all aspire to be video game commercial actors, actually. That's what I have been trying to kind of get booked.
Yeah, most people don't break through Hollywood to get to that commercial. They get stuck doing Hollywood productions, but you know, they should just keep going for it.
Exactly.
I can't imagine, like, with the economy the way it is with like the filmmaking industry, like it might actually be a better deal to be like some random guy on a couch in a Call of Duty commercial who like joins the army in the commercial and is happy or whatever, than to like do an indie film. Like you might make more money by a wide margin from the commercial than you would for like starring in a small movie these days.
For sure. That's definitely true. I mean, I got paid a lot more to do that Hallmark movie than I did to be in like some movie that's shot in a diner or whatever, you know. Like, it's
that's a little. I more mean like it used to be that movie roles were this like big payday, and now commercial.
And you can like go viral on a commercial.
Yeah. Although I'm sure a lot of people that are in viral commercials got paid like $500 that one day. Kevin is horking up his lungs.
I was sneezing.
He hates the idea of someone making $500 more. Than
so,
I do. It makes me feel sick.
It's annoying that 500 and you're still complaining. How about you fucking save that up and buy yourself a house? Now, I too have fallen prey to video game advertisement recently. So for my check-in, I'm going to acknowledge I think I may have experienced a hypomanic episode this month where I became fixated on buying used video games on eBay and Facebook Marketplace and at Costco because I guess my Facebook algorithm has figured out that I linger over posts of people being like, hey, I went to Costco today, I went to Target today, found this game.
Well, last episode, you talked about how you were disappointed deeply in a Costco journey that resulted in a sold out.
I've acquired that game since last week.
Of course you have.
I bought it from someone who got 1 week off and
You told me we couldn't record last week just because you wanted to go do that.
Why I needed to. That was the main reason. But no, that someone who bought it was immediately selling it on Marketplace. I talked him down to $38, and I got the game for $5 more than I would have got it at Costco. But I did the math, and I was like, I've bought like 6 games this month, which is way too many. And the deals were pretty good. I spent like $200. It's not that bad, but. it was weirdly like I really got fixated on it, and I think it was because there's like a dopamine rush in the like there's this limited deal with this big discount on these things that are normally really expensive, and so just the value proposition like got into my brain, and I just was like almost like hyped, like, okay, I've got a few hours on Sunday, I can like figure out, maybe I can like find somewhere to meet, or I'll just go to
Holy shit.
maybe
Yeah.
if they have anything. Like
Yeah.
I need to go cold turkey for a while. So I begged Luke and you, Kevin, now, if I threaten to buy a game, you have to stop me.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. You've
at,
got
at
it.
the very least, I will say your heart is pure. You are getting these
At the
games.
very least, his
At the-
heart is pure.
Well, he wants to play these games. He wants to enjoy
Yeah,
himself.
I do.
The amount of fucking scalpers who are surely
sure.
there to buy every game and just resell them because there's like a discount. Like
Yeah.
the
Well-
ugliest men on earth are at these stores, hiding in shelves, getting arrested for staying overnight in stores so they
Yeah.
can scalp games, cards. That is the scum of the earth.
The
Comic
same,
shops
I
are
do
not
see
that.
stories on Facebook of like I got to my Costco and they said the guy before you bought all 80 copies of Kirby Air Riders. Like it is like a few people, and it's like, why did you let him do that? That seems really weird to be like, here
Yeah,
you go,
you
sir.
should've been like, no.
all of them.
Yeah.
But I do.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that Costco trip was what I mean. I was already. It wasn't like I hadn't been buying games before that, but I'm hoping that that failed Costco trip created a glitch in my brain that by finally getting Kirby Air Riders has like closed a loop where I no longer feel this sense of like I went all that way and I changed the card and I should have had it. I'm hoping that now I can return to impulse control.
Right.
But we'll see.
Right.
Kevin, do you ever like? I feel like Luke, you're pretty careful with your spending for the most part, but I'm curious, maybe not with everything, but I wonder, Kevin, do you ever get these like spending spree impulses or anything like that?
And can you frame it in a way that also covers your check-in, like how you're doing in life?
And maybe if you could suggest that your heart is pure somehow.
Yeah. You know, I don't really. I somehow never have enough like money to feel totally secure. But don't feel like I spend too much on like extravagant stuff. I think like I spend a lot of money on food. And that would probably be because of time. And that is kind of like the closest it comes to that. Like, I mean, I don't have like a materialistic specific, I just don't have a hobby that really justify it. It's because like I'll want to be out doing stuff with people or doing a rehearsal or do something at work, and
it's so expensive to hang out with people.
Well, I won't spend money. I won't like meal prep. I won't have food at home. I won't do the things that make sense. So like that's the real way in which like money kind of slips away from me. But it's not so much like the I'm trying to think like if there's I guess like no, I just don't regularly. Most of my hobbies don't require regular. I don't play a card game that does that. I don't collect physical media in the same way. Sometimes it'll be like merch for a band or something, or like some, but even that is pretty like few and far between. So the short answer is like not entirely. When I was younger, but not so much now. Yeah.
It was a little like I'm not
pure of heart either, which is the problem.
Yeah,
I'm
I
sullied.
can tell.
Yeah, you don't enjoy the shit you're doing.
No, never. Yeah, I'm sad all the time, but no.
It is like it was just a little alarming because I just like found myself like I am like not fully in control. And it is true that the other time that happens for me is with food, where like I'm really hungry after a show or it's late and I'm just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like go binge at some fast food restaurant. Like I'll make bad decisions around food a lot because it's tempting, but like I'll try to be cheap. And this just like unlocked that thing of like, I'm actually kind of saving money because these deals are so good. And like, it's kind of this adventure thing but anyway, it was a little unnerving.
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
think
I think DoorDash
yeah.
would be the thing for me that says that. I
Yeah,
don't use it
yeah, yeah.
very often. Like, but like, it's like, yeah, if I'll do like food delivery once a week, because like I'll be busy and Kara had a bad day, and so I'll like send. Neither of us have the time to cook, so it's there, or you know, like, yeah, that's my. And I'm like, oh, it would be nice to. Oh, there's a 2-for-1 deal at this restaurant, and then I buy it, and it's like a $40 thing anyway. And it's like, that was not a good deal. Like, it was not. I still spent a lot of money on food for both of us.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's maybe it.
Do you have your own check-in though, Kevin? If
My check-in is this. We were talking earlier about trying to get a gig, trying to get a Hollywood gig, get a role. And it's not a check-in really, because I talked a lot to you guys already about the show that I did last night. I did a version of the Neutrino Project, an improvised movie making show, which was a really weird premise. It was called Video Killed the Improv Star. And it's always just strange to do a show and then not know what the audience saw. Essentially, for the listeners, there's some improv heads in our audience. The listeners, we went on stage, we got suggestions, we got objects from the audience, and then it was myself and another improviser and a camera operator, and then we were sent off out of the theater into the streets nearby to shoot movies. We would do these sort of in-camera edited one take, anywhere from like 1 to 3 minute scenes, and there were 3 groups of us, and then we would upload and send our footage back to the theater, and the theater would screen it for the audience. And so we were sort of making these movies live, improvised. Very fun, also very peculiar, because after the show, people were talking to me about what they had seen, and I had no idea what they'd experienced, which is not normal for when you do performance like we do. So that was very peculiar. But the thing I was thinking about in terms of Hollywood is, like, I used to have a Hollywood agent, not a Hollywood agent. That's insane. I used to have an agent in Winnipeg.
You had a coked out guy named Billy Bong. And
yeah,
he would
I do
guide
still
you
know
through
that guy, but no.
Yeah.
But do you guys remember that I had an agent and then he died, and I
I
got
do
mad?
remember he
I was like
passed away,
texting
yeah.
him for like 6 months because he wouldn't get back to me about something, and I was getting mad. And then I found out that he died 6 months before.
Yeah.
I was like,
honestly, anything to get out of getting you a movie.
Yeah.
They said if he could have called for help, he would have made it, but his phone was dead from all the phone calls Kevin was leaving.
He just ran out of minutes, I guess. I don't know.
Devastating.
Did we do what? How did this go? Did Luke get to check in? I feel like we just talked.
He said Diablo.
Yeah, video games.
Fuck my ass. Yeah,
you know.
we're good.
Chill out with these questions, Andrew.
yeah.
Andrew, goddamn.
Rest in peace, my granny. She got hit by a bazooka. Yeah.
Should we spin the wheel?
Yes, it's time.
Shit.
Wow. This is perfect for our guest. Our segment is dopamine. Participants must recall favorite quotes, moments, or episodes from The Simpsons.
Oh no.
Yeah. I'm thinking me like this one.
Starting off with a not Simpsons reference is an interesting choice.
Yeah, that's how confident I am in my choices beyond that one.
Yeah. That's Luke, all right. And there we are. We're back with a Simpsons reference.
Oh my god.
Now, Kevin, I'll say for the audience, you have famously been sort of haunted by having friends, like you like The Simpsons, but you have a lot of friends who like it a lot and quote it a lot and will interrupt other things to start quoting it in a way that is alienating.
Some of my closest friends throughout my 20s that I would spend the most time with, it was like kind of 3 or 4 of us, depending on what the iteration of the event was. And I was the odd one out who did not have like a deep knowledge of Simpsons. Luke actually wasn't even around back then in that capacity so
born.
much.
Yeah.
He was dead.
Luke was still in his mother's womb.
Yeah. but yeah, so
let's show what that looked like.
Yeah, sure.
Kevin, what you missed while you were pressing the soundboard was I did Homer's impression of a sperm, from one of the Simpsons
Oh.
episodes. He sort of acts it out when he's talking about the birth of Maggie, and the kids are really grossed out. Or maybe it's the birth of Bart. I can't remember.
I thought you were calling for a soundboard cue, obviously,
No.
because you said, let's see what that sounds like.
No. When I said sound, of course, I meant looks. So sorry, I misspoke.
But so no, I'm not an aficionado. I like the Simpsons, most of the, classic Simpsons, good Simpsons.
Yeah.
I'm not up on whatever the fuck is coming out these days, but yeah.
Luke, are you still fully caught up? Have you seen every episode?
Not all of them. Simpsons is a great background thing to play when I'm doing other stuff, and out of a weird obligation of like, I should see what they got going on. Like we all know historically, it argues about which seasons, but roughly between like 2 to 8 or 1 to 10. Like those are the windows that I think everyone agrees upon is peak and best. And I think they're on like season 34 or 37 at this point. Voice actors have died. People have been replaced.
Dude, Marge's voice now is haunting. She sounds so in pain. Like she just sounds ancient. It's honestly really upsetting.
I was so sure you're going to say her voice sounds so hot.
It's so hot, dude. The older she gets, the hotter Marge becomes. But it's like Marge is talking about like TikTok or whatever, but she's saying it as though she's 100 years old, and it's just like a very weird contrast.
Well,
it does feel like. Go ahead, Luke. Go ahead.
No, like Simpsons can't be good. Like it's impossible to be good at this point because when it was out, you had a 4-person household, single income, a guy who's struggling to like live his life with his 2-story house and car. And that might have made sense. The
people have with the Simpsons is that the economics of it don't line up.
Not just the economics. I think it's everything.
They blow up the neighborhood half the like. What do you mean? Like
back then there was a different, maybe finessed style of like movies and art. So when they're satirizing things, they're pulling from culture. The reflection and the situations were more realistic, or they were trying to reflect. Like I think
the nuclear family that they present is like a parody of the American nuclear family in the 90s.
Yeah,
that was
there's
being presented
like
in television. I understand.
Like the Simpsons, it's true that like imagining owning a house at that salary, all that stuff is crazy now. But it's like they were a family that's like lower middle class that like worries about bills, that goes to church, like that has episodes where they're like, we can't afford this operation. What are we gonna do? Like I need a second job, and like there was just this texture of reality to it that I think was really special, even though it was so ridiculous. Like it had this great blend of real human experience mixed with like cartoon logic.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Where now, because it's competing with, or it has been competing with things like Family Guy, American Dad, whatever else is out there that's not something.
I would even argue stuff like Bob's Burgers and like I guess King of the Hill again. And like
those are both actually like nicely grounded. But when it was competing with like more ridiculous comedy, it started making ridiculous choices. So like Thomas was saying before, was like, we can't afford it. The response or the play out is someone's heart is broken. They don't get what they want, or there's a consequence. Where now it's, if they can't afford something, let's go to Europe and steal the jewels from the queen. And it's like,
there's like a little bit of a video game logic. I hear you. That makes sense.
One of the early showrunners. Yeah, one of the early showrunners, and I think he's right. He was like, look, like, and they should have ended the show, but he's like, the only option we had to keep it going as long as it did was to like make it more absurd, to continue to come up with episodes. And like, he's like, I still think it's pretty funny, but it no longer is like as kind of human, and because like we just told all the stories we could kind of tell with that set of characters in that town, so we had to bring in guest stars and do high concept episodes and all this stuff. And it's like, he's sort of right, but I also think you can allow things to die unless you really want them to last forever.
I was like, I don't know that you needed to. I don't like, like, well, we had to keep making the show, so we had to get worse. Like, it's a weird premise to me, but I do agree that like that makes sense if you are contracted to do 50 seasons or whatever. I don't know. Like it's like,
is there a quote, Kevin, or an episode that does stand out to you as a decent fan of the show? You don't need, not to put you on the spot, but is there like a line or a character or something that
I mean, I remember lots of like moments from the show a lot. I remember like the Lord of the Flies parody a lot. I remember
the name of that episode.
One I like watched later, like I remember watching when it aired, but then like revisited after I had become friends with y'all and enjoyed it, was the Hank Scorpio episode. Classic. Of course.
I feel like a very Kevin joke is when he asks Homer if he has loose sugar in his pockets, and he like reaches in and pulls some out, and then he's like, "Do you want any cream?" And Homer's just like, no. And that's
no.
That feels like a joke after Kevin's heart.
No, that was a good one. But also I remember the edited moment on when he gets like sort of an expose on like their 60 Minutes show because he touched that woman's butt, and they like make it, they like cut the clock, and they have the clock in the shot, and you can see like they're clearly editing the interview to make him look like he's saying something he's not.
That might be my like top 5 all-time episodes, and I think it still feels very relevant to how media works now. Like it's somehow gotten actually even more true than it was then. That like these
what's
weird,
that episode
like,
called?
It is called Homer Bad Man. And they've
Venus
got like that's
Gummy DeMilo,
the like conservative radio host or whatever, who's basically Alex Jones, and like I don't know, it's just it's just such a great example of like how bad people are at
and like Homer essentially gets canceled in like a way that is not like relevant for that time to be discourse. And then I would say I remember a lot of like the Krusty the Clown, like the episode where Bart becomes like his like protege, the I didn't do it stuff. Like
working in show business.
That episode I just like remember decently well. I guess Poochie too. I remember. So like there's stuff. There's a fair like pretty deep well. We used to have this bathroom book in my dad's place. It was one of my brother's books, and it was like a Simpsons encyclopedia, or like some sort of thing about like it would have like
Simpsons Guide to Life.
I can't remember. Honestly, I don't remember. It had like blurbs from different characters in it. You would like different pages had like different characters, and I don't remember from the town. And you know, I played a lot of like the Simpsons game, like the one that was like the taxi game.
Wait, Hit and Run or the other one?
Hit and Run. Okay, yeah. And I played a lot of the Simpsons arcade game. I played Luke and Tim and I recently played the Simpsons arcade game. Guest the show Tim Blair. Luke, Tim, and I played that. Well, not that recently. It was like 2 years ago. But yeah.
What character did you go for in the game, Kevin? Do you remember?
I think I was Bart.
I think I was Homer, because I remember being on the left side, and Homer is just the left.
I might have been Marge. I think Tim was Marge. One of us was
with the vacuum cleaner. Marge had amazing reach in that game.
Yeah.
Also funny to think about how they all need like some kind of weapon, and they're like, what is Marge known for? What's her clear like tool of choice? Bart's got a skateboard. Lisa has a saxophone. Homer just punches, I think.
Yeah.
And Marge, she cleans the house. Let's give her a vacuum.
Yeah. Insane. Yeah.
Marge should have had a potato. That's like her favorite thing.
What?
Or Milhouse's teeth. Anyway, I can feel how fucking annoying I'm being.
Can you? That's interesting.
I'm trying to do this segment, and it's so annoying to have this many thoughts about The Simpsons. Like
this episode is built just for Brad Hill from the Hill Kings, who wants to have a Simpsons podcast.
But Luke, to close it out, maybe you know this show really well. do you have a current number one favorite episode, or maybe more interestingly, a favorite episode that you think is not celebrated enough, like that isn't the one people would necessarily think of?
Oh, that's an interesting way of phrasing it. Looking at a list, I recently put a top 5 list together. Me and my partner are trying to have a Simpsons night where we pick the top 5 Simpsons episodes ever, and we're just going to like debate who's right.
That is amazing.
That's so cool.
I don't know if you were on that call, Luke, but during COVID, we did a Zoom call with Justin, and maybe you. I can't remember.
And we watched Simpsons out of
like
sync.
3 Simpsons episodes on Zoom together. That was how fucking lonely like that COVID was. But yeah,
I think one that is maybe undervalued a bit, which made my list, and I don't remember the name of the episode, but it's the Flying Hellfish. Where
one. Yeah,
it's the lost Nazi paintings that Abe fought with, and now he's like fighting off with Burns. And it is very rare to have a very heartfelt episode between grandpa and grandson, because it's Bart and Abe the whole time, and there's so many just nice moments. It's obviously funny, but it's just
also
so nicely
kind of
sincere.
a great action movie, that episode. Like there's so much good action in it.
And just how it starts off, like Abe goes into class to talk about all the stuff that he's done, and everyone thinks he's lying. Bart thinks he's lying, and it's like, oh, this is kind of how we treat old people, rambling, the odd things. And then it was like he did important things. He fought in the war. He saved lives. And
I remember that episode vaguely. As you're describing it, it's starting to sort of come to vision. Yeah.
It's very charming. And I would put that high on the list for people to be like, watch an old person do that.
The one that I think maybe is very popular, but at least isn't like usually in the top 5 lists I see, is Bart's Comet. I think is such a perfect episode, and has like this strange existential component to it, mixed with like some of the best jokes and just such a great structure. Comet? It's the one where Bart discovers a comet by accident that is coming towards Springfield and going to kill everybody. And Ned has a shelter, and they all go into it, and there's only room for one person has to leave, so Ned leaves his own shelter.
Right.
And that episode is just like amazing to me.
The first 5 minutes of that episode, I think, is the best of all time Simpsons.
It's so good.
The jokes per second in the first 5 is unbelievable.
Yeah.
That's cool. The other thing, one other fun piece of Simpsons trivia from my life is that I, for a very long time, because I never really watched Beauty and the Beast, thought "See My Vest" was the original version of that song. Yeah. I don't know why.
I think that's a huge thing when you're a big Simpsons fan growing up, is you get older and you watch classic movies and you see references like everywhere. Like I think there's something like
Cape
100.
Fear. I didn't know Cape Fear at all, but I knew the Sideshow Bob stalking them and the Knuckles and the whatever and and then you see Cape Fear and you're like, oh shit, this is all Cape. He's doing I
have the same thing with Godfather. I've never seen Godfather, but it is satired like through and through because of Simpsons.
Yeah.
I think Godfather Part 1 has basically been ruined by The Simpsons. Like if you watch it, it's like every scene has been referenced in some way, so none of them have the same impact, whereas Part 2 hasn't been parodies as much, so it kind of exists as its own thing. But Part 1 and Citizen Kane, I think both have had like 50 Simpsons references or something.
That's interesting. Well, we don't have ads.
You don't have to
anymore.
pretend, man. It's okay. Like you don't have to say that's interesting every time I talk about The Simpsons. You can just keep quiet.
That's The Simpsons again.
This has been the most fun I've ever had on an episode. Having the time of my life.
I saw this movie 1,000 times.
Shall we spin the wheel again?
spin the wheel. Unless, or do we want to go and does Luke? Do you have a segment, Luke?
Oh, I got
Oh,
a
yeah,
segment.
yeah, that's we're about 30
I got a
minutes.
goddamn segment.
Okay, all right.
Oh man, you know what? Give me 1 second, just
Yeah, I mean, normally we do an ad break and it gives you time. We killed all
Yeah.
the ad breaks because we figured out all the podcasts that did advertise on this show ended like 2 years
All
ago.
Much like The Simpsons.
We've been
should have.
advertising for shows that don't exist for 2 years.
Annoying our guests and our listeners.
Yeah, people are devastated when they're like, I
If
do
we
want to
had
listen to that.
Yeah, they have to keep listening to these people talk about Disney and cocks for some reason. I don't know.
I don't want to like be mean, but we could do an episode where we rip on all the ads now that the shows are over. They were all, I mean, I'm sure all those podcasts were better than ours is.
Oh yeah.
We outlasted
They
them
probably all
all.
had more listeners than us, but we're still here, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Their
We're
lives
from
have gotten
that Simpsons
busier and
train.
booked, and we have not gotten any busier. We've still
It's,
had
no, it is.
capacity
I think
for
let's be
this.
fair to ourselves, Kevin. It has gotten harder to do this, but we're still
Yeah,
doing it.
obviously, we can't put
Yeah.
it out as regularly anymore. Like The Simpsons, it's time to get absurd.
Yeah.
Speaking of absurd, my segment today is about anime.
Ooh.
I watch a bunch of anime, Crunchyroll.
How big?
Oops, that wasn't the right
How
one, but that's
big?
okay.
Oh, a big amount of anime. I would say a big amount.
Just like One Piece, or
One Piece is the longest one that I've seen. That's actually, I just finished episode like 1147, I think.
Holy
So
One Piece is absurd. I mean, speaking of The Simpsons, like overstaying its welcome, like that is impressive. 1,000 episodes.
and it's one guy who keeps drawing and writing it. It's just the same guy. He passes it off to the animators once it's done there. But like, also that guy Oda, he is like sick, so there is this concern that he dies before One Piece is like finished or properly revealed. But one of the coolest things, and this is away from my topic at this point,
Just tell us.
One Piece is like he's been running it for 20 years, longer than anything. The big thing is, what is the One Piece? Nobody knows.
Right.
Oh, wow. They still
because
haven't gotten to that.
They haven't really gotten to it.
It's like
Who
watching
is
The
the
Simpsons for the
mysterious
entirety of it,
Naruto?
and then you're watching a family called the Joneses the whole fucking time, and you're like, when are we gonna get to The Simpsons?
But because as a preventative measure, because again his health is declining, he created a capsule with what the One Piece is, and he literally dropped it into the ocean. Like
not a great backup plan. There are better backup plans.
So there are a few people who know exactly where it is. In the event he doesn't make it, so that they can finish this work.
Why
or
didn't he
whatever.
just give it to them? Why did he have to drop it in the
couldn't
ocean
do
and
it.
then tell
See,
people
Kevin, this
where
is
it
why
was?
you don't get anime.
Yeah,
The dedication these people go through for the art. Have you heard of art,
Yeah.
Kevin? It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it feels like it's a good way to lure James Cameron into adapting One Piece by putting a
Oh, there you
secret
go.
deep in the ocean that only he can get to.
Man, what a horrible idea that would be. Hey, a James
I bet it would make $1
Cameron-
billion, but yeah. I
Oh my
agree.
god, he sucks. Yeah. All right. What's your segment, Liz?
So, there's a lot of animes out there, and just for fun, how many animes would you say probably exist?
Oh man.
Total animes. Are these
Total.
like is there a criteria like if a fan did like one online,
You
does it count?
said
No,
hentai.
like these are
You almost
officially.
said hentai and you
Yeah,
self-censored.
if somebody drew some of their favorite characters sort of kissing and hugging and stuff, would that be an anime or not?
Because I would say it's
anybody-
2,000,001, 2,000,002, 2,000,003.
Yeah, the numbers are growing.
This is like animated series. It is animated officially by some
Yeah.
studio. Has at least one season.
Oh boy.
I really have even the idea of like how many TV shows are there would be really hard.
this
I
is
feel
a
like
pretty
it
hard-
could range. I'm gonna go big and maybe be insanely wrong, but I'm gonna say that there are like That sounds crazy. There's no
Everything
way.
feels nuts.
I'm gonna say 50,000. Is that insanely high?
I'm gonna say 100,000. So no.
Oh wow. Okay, those are both much higher than I was
Fuck.
expecting.
Yeah. I was like, there's but yeah, that's so many.
So like here I am being like, man, they're gonna like undershoot so hard because anime, even though it's more popularized, isn't really like seen as much. And I'm like, they're not fucking 50,000, 100,000. There's like 25,000 animes out there.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's not that.
But it's not as impressive as your guesses at all. So that
It is, when you really think about it,
25,000
it is crazy though. That's so many animes. Like, it's so crazy.
So, because there's so many out there, there's a category of them, and I don't remember what this is called.
Just as a side note, there are only thousands of Canadian TV shows, so that's pretty like that's something, right? Like that, like just in the sense of just to give you some
scale.
Sense of scale.
Yeah. No, that makes me feel better, at least.
Yeah. Sorry, Luke. Carry on.
So there are there's a category of animes that falls under the title is just too long. And that's the category. Like it's like a full sentence of what they're trying.
On Crunchyroll, there are like it's like horror, it's drama, titles are too long. Like
that's the genre that our podcast is categorized as, right, Kevin? We're like
I think
when we launched, we hit number 9 on too long.
So
I thought that would go better. Obviously, didn't really
I don't know.
land.
Yeah, no.
So it was not that long. I don't know.
What I want to do is give you.
I'm not sure I still get it.
I was suggesting that the primary feature of our podcast is that it has run for too long, and it was sort of
not the titles of the episodes. Okay,
sorry. It's okay.
Sure. Anyway, Luke was trying to do the thing.
Yeah,
right.
So
I want to give you the title of one of these anime. I just want you to tell me what you think it's about, and then I'll read the description of what it's supposed to be about.
Should we take turns, or we each give a guess?
Both get a guess. I'd be curious.
Okay.
All right. And these are all from the category of it's just too goddamn long of a title.
Gotcha.
Chillin' in my 30s after getting fired from the Demon King's army.
I mean, the title is doing a lot of the description. Easy to describe. I think that we're looking at a guy who used to be sort of a demon spawn, working in hellfire and brimstone, losing his job, and being sent to the material earth plane that we kind of know and inhabit ourselves, and having to navigate life as a 30-year-old chiller, or a regular person who's trying to chill, but has demonic impulses and powers.
Yeah, that's fucking exactly it. Goddamn.
Wait,
I was gonna give you a guess, Thomas. You just nailed it. And
let me just hear.
I mean, the title is so. Yeah.
So he was actually in hell, because I was wondering if the Demon King was on Earth or like based in another reality or not.
Apparently, he is a demon who worked for the Demon King. Like the only part that's left out is that he's living amongst these like human villagers, and he's just trying to get them to not find out that he used to be a demon army guy.
I see.
What is the Japanese word for the too long titles, Luke? Doesn't it have a specific name?
There's probably like a one-word thing, because they have a lot of good all-encompassing words for things, for concepts or ideas.
It's a punchy language.
Okay, I'll give Thomas a different one. See if he can kind of suss out what this might be about.
Yeah.
Villainous.
In my 30s.
Also has a number
on the Chillin' in My 30s trilogy page. Yeah.
Krillin in his 30s.
Villainous level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the demon lord.
They all have a demon lord. I mean,
villainous boss. What did you say?
Villainous level 99. I may be the hidden boss, but I'm not the demon lord.
So this, I mean, again, these are really descriptive, and I kind of love. I think more Western shows should have titles like these because they're so amazing. Like now every movie's just called like Doug. It's like I just saw the Adam Scott horror movie Hokum and it sucked shit. Do not see it. But also don't see a horror movie at 10:30 a.m. Anyway.
They just have like I'm just saying like they simple time. I mean the drama was great. I loved it.
Titles are too short. They used to be called things like How Green Was My Valley. That used to be a fucking title. That's awesome. Now they're just called
Shrek.
The Stone, Shrek 2. Anyway, I think this one is about it's like a big bad monster who has a chip on his shoulder because he's like relevant, but he's not the main guy in the story. And so it's sort of a joke about being like an extra in the world of heroes and they're on a quest and he's like part of it, but not as important as he'd like to be.
Oh, pretty good. The one part that we didn't catch on to was that this is actually about a college kid and she just wants a quiet life. And then she died and got reborn as a level 99 villain monster.
I should have guessed that it was a dead college student. I don't know why I didn't pick up on that.
Get it together, Thomas. Get it together.
Okay, I got one more for the both of you.
Okay.
Oh boy! All right. Again, let's see if you can kind of sort out what they're trying to tell you with this. Cherry magic. 30 years of virginity can make you a wizard.
I have proof that's not true.
What a title. Wow. Cherry magic. Obviously a Hyman reference, right? I hate to be that guy.
By the way, I'll also just say interpretation, but go ahead, Kevin.
I'll also just say all of these are giving like 2000s emo punk songs. Like this all reminds me of like Fall Out Boy song titles where it was like, you think that's a fashion statement, but it's actually a death wish is the name of a song. Is like, it's, I can't type that into Spotify.
That's fun. Yeah. Now song titles are just like, they don't even capitalize them. It'll just be like the word, like texture. Yeah. Sucks.
But yeah,
or it'll capitalize all the letters and it'll just be like a curse word. You know what I mean? Anyway.
Okay, man. This thing sucks a little bit, honestly. It's not great. What's your fucking thing about the cherry hunter or whatever it's called?
Cherry hunter sounds awful.
Yeah.
That's what Kevin's nickname was.
Why would you say that?
Oh my god, no.
Hey man, isn't that show about the cherry hunter?
Yeah.
God damn. I don't want to hear Kevin's answer after this.
Yeah. So
I think it's a character that gets powers because they haven't fucked. And I think they keep if they fuck, they're gonna lose their powers, so they can't fuck because they're cherry powers. So then they keep getting put in these situations where people want to fuck them, and they're like, I can't do it because I'll lose my wizard powers.
I think it's about a small town entrepreneur who starts a mobile phone service called Virgin. And if they can keep their business running if they can keep their business running for 30 years, then they become a wizard in the free market. And also they have a lot of cherry red phone cases that they sell.
Oh, interesting.
Very strong offer.
I think it's an anime interpretation of my mother's book. Where the cherries end up.
Where the wizards end up.
Where the wizards end up. Yeah.
Man. Yeah, I think despite my hatred for Kevin's answers, Kevin was very correct. A guy on his 30th birthday gets the ability to read people's minds. And it doesn't say that he would lose it otherwise, but it implies that because he's still a virgin at 30, he got magic to read people's minds so he can find out who likes him so he can just finally do it.
I have never heard male virginity referenced in a cherry fashion. It's fascinating that it's a masculine character because
I think it's also I forget what the word for it is. Like our word is gay, but they have some other word. Like there's a series of
that is our word, by the way. That is our word.
Not the sexuality, just their word for things they hate. Like our word is gay. There's maybe something.
Like there's a word that I think it's yokai, which is designed to be about male characters meeting up with other male characters, like kind of like fandom.
It's not Yahweh or whatever.
Well, maybe that sounds more right, actually.
That's Christ.
No, I know it sounds like Jesus, but it's actually called that. It's called Yahweh. Oh no, wait. How do you spell it? But
are you looking it up?
Yaowie, right? It's like
just look up gay Japanese and see what comes up.
To Matt Bernstein's podcast, A Bit Fruity, and FD Signifier was talking about this sort of homoerotic, sort of, but coded through the female gaze, Japanese manga that's about
right, because Japan is still not. Like they're probably a little better than they were before about gay relationships. So it's not something you would see in media as much. So it just had to be covered with the idea of, oh, wouldn't it be crazy if these two lead characters got together, kind of thing, as like, a fangirl's dream versus.
If the character is gay, then the cherry reference makes a lot more sense because he could be a bottom. And then I feel like it works. I feel like it's the same thing. I think he just has his butt virginity, right?
Yeah.
Butt virginity. Well, that was my segment.
Disgusting!
That's my hammer.
Wait, Kevin, in a matter of minutes, we went from high men to bi men. So, is that better than other things I've done?
So offensive, right?
No, it wasn't. How are we doing on time? It's.
I think we gotta go, man. I gotta go.
Okay.
I gotta go run.
We're gonna wrap it up. Luke.
Yeah.
This has been my favorite episode ever. I hope we can have you on again and talk more about the Simpsons.
Very animated episode.
The cartoon heavy,
the cartoon ep. So that's exciting. I hope that this show goes for 37 seasons on YouTube and wherever you get your podcasts. Luke, is there anything you would like to plug or promote at this time?
Yeah. If you are in the Venn diagram of both listening to this podcast and in Toronto right now, for the month of May, I'm running a show at Second City, Fridays at 7:30. It is called One Asian After Another. You may not tell from my voice, but I'm a white dude who is in this group.
Shocking revelation.
Yeah, I'm the only white guy. So
White
people! That's I yell at every
You
point.
seem to know a lot about Japan, though.
Yeah, that's how they let me in. They're like, okay, you clear.
Yeah, you were the one white guy that held on, right?
Yeah, for dear life.
But it's an Asian focused comedy sketch group.
Yeah,
there's a bunch
it
of
is, and I play a lot of looming white men in things. So
yeah, both outside the sketch group and
just in general.
I assume. Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call you a looming white man.
That's what I do, baby.
Did you imagine?
It's the same thing. I was just going to call him a looming white man as well. So.
That's
the original big L.
Yeah, the original big looming white man. So check out that if you're in Toronto.
I'm going to focus my plug a little this time and just say Adam and I, our previous guest, Adam Mastriani, have started a small Instagram for our duo improv group, Superego Improv, on Instagram. And if anyone listening could follow that so we could get a decent little following, that would be great.
If you go and follow Superego on Instagram right now, I'll do something to you that you'll enjoy. Okay, listener?
Jesus Christ.
Kevin's not becoming a wizard anytime soon. Let's make that clear. Neither are you.
Harry Hunter is here.
George Washington is kind of a cherry hunter in a way. No, well, I didn't mean because he committed crimes. I meant because he chopped down that tree.
Cherry trees.
Oh, sure.
But also the crimes.
Yeah. There's the crimes of it all. Wooden teeth. Different guy, I think.
No, that's him. And yeah, it's horrible actually what he did, and I'm sorry I brought it up. But go ahead.
Here we
Kevin.
are. Speaking of horrible things, you can check out Club Soda Improv. I believe at least 2 of us, if not 3 of us, should be appearing at the Winnipeg Fringe Theater Festival this year. You can catch us doing The Truth Is Out There, which is an improvised X-Files, as well as Love is Blank, which will be an improvised version of Love is Blind. Plus, I'm sure every now and then we'll be popping up at the Big Improv show or one of the other myriad of improvised comedic performances or otherwise that you can catch at the Winnipeg Fringe Theater Festival. That's the next time I'll be on stage. Otherwise, you can check out Thomas and myself and Luke's other podcast. It's called What We Do in the Basement. It's a Let's Play D&D podcast that has been running a continuous campaign from the beginning of time to now, or it just feels that way because it takes me a shitload of time to edit episodes and get them out, and that's all right. I have no issues about it, and I don't feel guilty at all.
You seem really kind of like you're chilling in your 30s. You don't seem upset in the least.
Chilling in my 30s, and nobody can know I'm the cherry hunter.
Jesus, no, God.
I think I got to stop saying that.
That's like the most.
It means pedophile, right? It seems I shouldn't.